Sports. Tega, good morning.
Good morning. Olympics starts tomorrow. Dun, 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 dun. So, see how I'm excited I am. In fact, Olympics actually, the men's football starts today, I think. And then the
Woo.
women's football is tomorrow. And then the opening ceremony is on Friday. See how excited. All right, so we'll be talking about the Olympics. We'll talk about flag bearers. We'll talk about Snoop Dogg. I like when
Snoop
entertainment meets sports,
Dogg.
even if sports is entertainment. We'll talk about all of that. We'll also talk about a few things about clubs. What Hansi Flick wants to do with Barcelona. We'll touch a little bit on that, and we'll let you know what is happening right there. And we'll talk about the Nigerian athletes that are going to the Olympics. Some lists say it is 85, some lists say it's 87. Some lists say some boxers picked up an illness. We'll touch on all of that and more in the locker room this morning. We'll also talk about how to secure cross-border payments with Visa. All of that and more coming up in the locker room. But before we do any talking at all, Zibby, tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room this morning?
All right. Well, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel, so you can catch the live stream on YouTube. Smooth 981. That's the channel. You can also send messages through via WhatsApp 0809 440 And you can also tweet or X at Smooth 981. Hashtag locker room 981.
All right. On that note, let's take the headlines and we'll run through the stories one after the other.
Paris 2024. First game is crucial. Brazil star targets win versus Super Falcons. Hurdler Amusan to be Nigeria's Olympic flag bearer. Morata and Rodri charge for Gibraltar is Spanish chance. Ghana investigating para-athletic imposters in Norway. De Bruyne going nowhere. That's according to Man City boss Guardiola. Flick to bring more direct style to Barcelona. Leagues to sue FIFA over abuse of dominance. Doping scourge overshadows Kenya's Olympic campaign.
Right. On that note, and that Kenya's own is really tough. Over 100 athletes since 2017. In fact, even just before the Olympics, two more athletes banned, one for life, one for 6 years for doping. And you know how it is with Kenya and the long distance race. So there are questions looming over now if they are really as good as people say they are. You can imagine how some bad people's behavior is just overshadowing all the years of dominance in long distance racing. But we'll touch on that when we get to that story. But first off, let's start with the Super Falcons because tomorrow is the D-Day.
D-Day. Okay. Brazil forward Adriana Leo da Silva says it's important for the team to start their campaign at the 2024 Olympic Games with a win against Nigeria.
Yes, so the Super Falcons of Nigeria will face Brazil tomorrow in their first match at the Olympics. Tough group it is, very tough group, but this is a match I think that the Super Falcons can get a point. Number one is the first match in the group, so everybody's still feeling each other out. Nobody has really settled in. And then it's also Brazil, on the big stage. They have great talent, don't get me wrong. Adriana is one of the most fantastic talents. The problem with Brazil is that just like their recent men's side, they don't play like a team. Everybody's doing their own thing. This one that can dribble will be dribbling on the left. The one that can somersault will be somersaulting
Wow.
on the right. Play like a team, my sister, so that you win. And that's where the problem is. That's where they have tended to struggle on the big stage. That individualistic nature kind of overshadowing the team effort. But that's also where Randy Waldrum and his girls can take advantage because we have a better team when it comes to team structure. And we're solid in our midfield. So I think we should be able to stifle Brazil. And the problem is when the chance comes for the Super Falcons, will they be able to take advantage of their chances? It's going to be a tough one, but this would be, I would say, the easiest match in the group for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Japan is ranked 7th in the world. Spain is ranked number 1 in the world. Brazil is the only one. It's not even the only one. It's not even close, but they are still near. So
Wow.
this is the lowest ranked of the other 3 teams. If we don't get points here, I'd struggle to see how we'll get points against flying Japan and tactical Spain. You see, our journey only gets tougher as we go further. But I trust the girls. I expect that Chiamaka Nadozie will be a little busy tomorrow. But again, I expect that the fact that they are not as compact or as put together as a team, they don't work together as a team, should be one of their downfalls. The Super Falcons of Nigeria have the players across the pitch to get a result tomorrow. So the first thing I expect Super Falcons to do tomorrow, get a result.
All
Don't
right,
lose.
Falcons. You heard it. Make us proud. Please. Our hearts can't take it. Okay.
I can't take it. Oh. And my
Mm.
bragging can't take it. So I'm too proud. I've already bragged and bragged and
You're
bragged.
always proud in Tega. Okay. Well, world record sprint hurdler Toby Amusan has been named Nigeria's flag bearer for the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics, and this is according to the sports ministry.
So each country is naming their flag bearer. First of all, the Olympics named their own flag bearer, who is Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg is going to carry the flag. He's going to wave the flag first, and then different countries are announcing their flag bearer. Now, one other country that came up under controversy was Germany, because a lot of people were saying that Sasha Zverev was going to be the flag bearer. Everybody was like, "Why? Do you want him to pin anybody to the wall?" There was just all the drama. So eventually they voted, and they voted for Dennis Schroeder to be the male athlete carrying the flag. Dennis Schroeder is a black basketball player. History.
Mm.
So even Germany, they are
Wow.
touching grass now. As in, it was when I saw it, I was like, that is so beautiful. So yeah, Dennis Schroeder is the male athlete carrying the flag, bearing the flag for the Germans. For the USA, it is LeBron James, and it's such a huge honor. I like the way the Americans take Olympics seriously. They even take
They
it more
do.
seriously than World Championships.
Yes.
They're like, what is World Championships? I mean, shift that thing to the side. But the Olympics, it's always on point. So it was Steph Curry that announced that LeBron James was the flag bearer. I was so excited. I like the way they take it. It's because the Olympics does not pay the money. LeBron James can pay the Olympics money. Is what I'm saying. LeBron James can decide by himself. Somebody that opened the whole school for students, he can decide by himself that he will pay the prize money for athletes. But it's such a pride and honor for him to represent his country. So I like the way they take it. But in Nigeria here, hey, drum roll. The male player that's bearing the flag, is a table tennis player, and Jorin, you should know him. And he's mostly locally based. But
Okay.
but the women's player that is bearing the flag is so what? Sorry, I shouldn't be calling her anyhow. Is world record holder,
Yes.
world champion Toby Amusan. So
Mm.
we can't wait for the opening ceremony to start on Friday. I saw where they were making their outfits, some green and white traditional something something. So I hope it really looks good when they wear it. But I can't wait for that opening ceremony on Friday. We'll still touch on that on Friday morning. All right. So while we're talking about flag bearers and Toby Amusan being one of the holders, remember Toby Amusan was one of the Team Visa athletes that were chosen to be supported at this Olympics by Visa, the official technology payment partners of the Olympics. Now, you can secure cross-border payments with Visa. I just want to say, using the Visa dollar card provides secure and swift cross-border payments as well as other gifts. And this is the one that is sweeting me. Do you know that there are some people that are going to go to Paris Olympics because they were able to pay a minimum of $500 over 5 transactions with their Visa dollar cards. And now they get to travel to Paris for a once in a lifetime Olympic experience with a partner. With a partner, they're not going alone. Oh, Tega, Tega, why are you like this? All right, so congratulations to all the winners. But yes, Visa is taking some lucky winners. I think they did a chance, a promo. So that promo spend and win promo. So they did a spend and win promo, and they're taking the winners of the spend and win promo to go and watch the Olympics live, and they are going with their partner. Tega, use head now. Tega, get sense small. And so they'll be enjoying a wonderful trip. But you too can also enjoy your time in this summer across the world by using your Visa dollar card to make safe and secure payments. All right, on that note, let's get to our
Okay.
next story.
Well, UEFA has opened its disciplinary proceedings against Spain captain Alvaro Morata and teammate Rodri after they chanted Gibraltar is Spanish during their Euro 2024 victory celebrations.
Okay, now everybody is reporting. So let's talk about this one now. So Gibraltar is a small country on the mouth of Spain. So it's not far from, all those colonies are around big countries. But it was colonized by the British. It was one of the British colonies. They are their own country, but they are more English, even if they are near Spain. That's how when Spain beat England, they started singing Gibraltar is Spanish
Bad
to
behavior.
to to mock the English. And then and then Gibraltar got upset and now went to protest that how can they be claiming us. So yes, at the end of the day, it's a conduct. I forgot what they call it now. It's a conduct that puts the countries in dispute. So it's one of those misbehavior conducts. It's not a racist conduct, but it's a misbehavior conduct because of course they can understand that it's banter, but also it is disrespectful to a nation to say that they are part of you when they are not part of you. That's where the problem is. And so they are going to get a suspension and maybe a fine. But yes, they really shouldn't have said that. I mean, think about it. You're trying to mock the English and now Gibraltar are offended. It's not funny, but it's ridiculous. Like,
Wow.
I don't know. It's just strange where these players get this. And I understand the underlying cultural tones because Gibraltar is just right outside your door. But do you
But
understand?
why
But
would anyone think they should own any other group of people anyways? Let's be
you don't
honest.
understand because Gibraltar is British. I'm trying to explain something that shouldn't even stand. But Gibraltar is more British, I would say, than Spanish. And so they're trying to mock the British, but they're mocking the British with Gibraltar. I don't know. They could have used something else.
Yeah, like you
You
lost.
know,
Haha. And leave it
and
at that.
you lost, haha, or alleged best league in the world. Something else, not something political like this. Again, players are going to let. So I would say this there's a lot of cultural disrespect and undertones that people have for different traditions that people don't even know it's cultural. It's like when they say, somebody is made money, be like, it's Igbo now. It's not money that they'll make. Those are cultural undertones that should be unacceptable. What does it mean that Igbo people love money more? Really? Like if I randomly gave you 100,000, you'd be like, oh no, I don't want it. I'm not Igbo. Is that
Take
what
it,
you say?
go, go, go.
Just go with it. I'm not. So there's a lot of things that we have gotten used to as people that we have to unlearn, and this is the unlearning process. So, it's something that I like the fact that UEFA is taking swift action into it. I'm still waiting for FIFA and Argentina because that's also a problem.
Yes. Yes. And that one personally is aggravating. Really.
Yeah, so let's wait and see from them.
All right, you're still in the locker room on Smooth 98.1. Stay with us. There is more to come.
Well,
Oh,
after
girl,
fighting with Devo about Niger Delta,
man,
I'm
that's
taking my 2 minutes. You and Devo.
Therefore, it's something else. AB from WhatsApp, listening on air, he sent his message. Oh my goodness,
No,
man,
but you
my
see,
goodness.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say when people visit, people don't understand. And I understand.
Exactly.
to an extent, what you're saying about people shouldn't do that to their people, but it is not a Bielsa problem. That's a Nigerian problem.
Exactly. Don't make it look like everywhere is crystal clear and everything
Yeah.
is perfect and it's just
Like when
Bielsa.
they gave the money to Lagos State local government chairman, they shared it to their community.
It happens everywhere. It's a
Everywhere.
Nigerian thing.
It's a Nigerian
So
thing.
having that much angst, it's like, okay. You're still in the locker room on Smooth 98.1. Tega and Zibby with you. It's all about sports. We see the messages coming through. Keep them coming. 0809 440 981. You can also tweet at Smooth 981. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel. Yes, let me see who is on the live stream. Well, say a hello, Cruz. Are you there? Okay. All right. Let's go on to the sports. Now, Ghanaian authorities are investigating after several individuals claiming to be para athletes and their support staff reportedly absconded during a trip to Norway.
See, this one is beyond me because it's crazy. They're not even real Paralympic athletes. According to the story that we are hearing,
Oh, wow.
we are hearing that they were not the Paralympic athletes selected by Ghana. They are not even known to Ghana Paralympic Association. They just pretended to be, sorry, they didn't pretend. They faked, which is fraud, being Paralympic athletes, took some of their support staff, and they traveled to Norway and absconded from there. Now, here is where my problem with this thing is, because Ghana will not stop to surprise me. Apparently, a member or two members of the association had a hand in helping these people fake those things. Now, those people have been suspended for life. I said suspended, I be arrested. What do you mean they've been suspended? No, this is fraud. This is impersonation. This is not even misunderstanding or miscommunication. People pretended to be Paralympic athletes representing a country. They now went to another country and disappeared into thin air. And the people that you have fingered as being associates or accomplices for them, what do you mean you suspended them? What's that? You will arrest them. You will charge them to court. They will bring their brother and sister out. It's that simple. Or their business counterparts, whatever the relationship was that they used to manipulate the system, you bring them out. But it's so ridiculous. There's still more investigations coming out of this. But I mean, it's the fact that they suspended those guys. Oh God, tell me something else. Tell me that you are charging them to court. Tell me that they are under investigation. Tell me that they are somewhere answering to lawyers right now and disclosing all the details. Yes. What do you mean you suspended them? What's going on? Ghana, my sister. I don't know what to say about that country, but yeah, the most ridiculous thing is the most ridiculous thing.
Wow.
It's one thing I've heard athletes getting to competitions and disappearing. That I've heard it from many countries, not just African countries, even all those other European countries that are seeking ways to go to the wealthier European countries. I've seen it happen. But this one, they are not even.
So these weren't even athletes. These were random people from nowhere.
That's what they are claiming. They are claiming that they are not the Ghana's representatives. They are just random people that were not even on the list. So this is a different kettle of fish entirely. And you're now suspended. No. You don't suspend them. You welcome them into the fold with lawyers and police. They will disclose everything they know. And then you charge them to court. And then you send them to prison because it's fraud.
Wow.
All right.
Maybe those fraud charges are waiting for them. The administrative part has just said you're no longer our staff. All right.
Okay.
Go.
No. You want to keep the enemies closer. Punish them before you let them go. Yeah.
Okay. And let's go on to some football related matters now. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has poured cold water on reports linking Kevin De Bruyne with a move from the club amid speculation that the Belgian midfielder may depart for, yes, you guessed it, Saudi Arabia.
So let's touch the story a little bit. Now there are rumors that Kevin De Bruyne is moving to Saudi Arabia. You know, that's pension money. He's moving to Saudi Arabia, and the money the deal is all but signed. So me, I've offered to drive Kevin De Bruyne there myself because as an athlete, you have a shelf life. So if there's good money coming in towards the end of your career, he's done everything. He's won trophies in Europe. The only thing he has not done is won with his country, and that one is not a question of Saudi Arabia or Manchester City. It's a question of Belgium, and I'm not sure they can win it. Their golden generation, the gold has washed off. It's the next generation that we are hoping can do something for Belgium at this point in time. One Champions League, one Premier League. You cannot win Ballon d'Or now. You know, that's not even your name has not come up in top 10, so there's no point. And now it's time for you to secure the bag. Saudi Arabia is coming, and Pep Guardiola is saying something like, "You're not going anywhere." Who is Pep Guardiola? Has what? As you're hygiene the button and he's trying to put you back. What's he talking about? If Pep Guardiola succeeds in keeping De Bruyne there, whether by flattery, except it's by more money, except Man City offers Kevin De Bruyne more money than Saudi is offering him, which I don't think they are, because I mean he's a man over 30. So your contract doesn't get any better.
Oh,
It
wow.
starts to diminish in Europe. If Kevin De Bruyne, for any reason, maybe because Pep Guardiola's mouth is sweet and he knows how to toast, whether they gave him flowers or they gave him cake, and he decides to stay at Manchester City for less than the money they're offering him in Saudi Arabia, then Pep Guardiola is a village spirit. There's no other explanation. How can somebody have the offer of a lifetime to go and earn good money for his career? He's worked hard. Now it's time for him to cash out. And you're saying he must stay because of what? What is happening in Manchester City? Does he have a gold mine there? Did they bury his placenta there? What is happening in Manchester City that Pep Guardiola wants to keep him? What does he want to offer him? More playing time. To do what? This is not the time to play. This is the time to make money. When you get to a certain age, you've played your best football. Now you cash out. Please, Kevin De Bruyne, listen to me on the locker room today. Move.
All right. New Barcelona coach Hansi Flick says he respects the club's traditional passing style, but he also wants to inject a more direct approach focused on, well, scoring.
Oga, Oga, let me tell you, there are clubs that you can go and change their style. Clubs like Chelsea. Chelsea is any style you bring. As long as we are winning, we are good to go. No tradition, no culture. And if like Chelsea
Wow.
fans like they can, yes, no tradition, no culture. Money with no class. That's what Chelsea is. But there are other clubs that you have to play a certain way. He did not start today. He did not start today. From the days of Johan Cruyff, do you know where Johan Cruyff was till today? You now want to say you want to change his style. Maybe he doesn't want to change his style completely. He just wants that they can pass up to the final third. But in the final third, they'll be more direct. Maybe that's what he means. But if the football is not beautiful in Barcelona, even if the results come, goodbye and God bless. That's how some clubs can be. They want good football and they want results. They don't want half one of the other.
Mm.
Because for them, sports is not numbers. And the truth of the matter is, in real life, sports is not numbers. That's the stock market we're talking about. Stock market is numbers. Sports is not numbers. Sports is cultural. And so you want to erase their culture because you want to win, when there are people that have kept their culture and won at the highest level. And Flick, please don't start what you cannot finish. You are not, oh, Tega, don't say that. He's your favorite person. But I wanted to sing a P Square song, but let's move on from that. But Hansi Flick, be careful what you are trying to do. No, look, when they say more than a club, trust me, if they kicked Xavi out the way they kicked Xavi out, you are going down very easily. So don't do too much. Get them the results, help them to play beautifully. Don't try to Germanize Spanish football. You will not succeed. All right, let's take the next story.
The top European leagues, including the Premier League and Global Players Union (FIFPro), will launch legal action against the world governing body FIFA over what they're calling abuse of dominance in the game.
Yes, so I remember when I was saying that this was definitely coming. It was going to come against UEFA or it was going to come against FIFA. But at the end of the day, FIFA is one that approves all the calendar, and the football is just getting too much. I don't care how much money you pay somebody. The body is the body. Even if you increase my salary 10 times, the only thing you can expect me to bring is more of my expertise, not more of my time. I have only 24 hours a day. No matter how much you pay me, I cannot afford more than 24 hours a day. Out of those 24 hours, I have to sleep a certain number of them. I have to spend time with my family a certain number of them. So ultimately, if you're increasing somebody's salary, you are paying it for the increase in his expertise, not the increase in his time. And so what it is like we're waking up every morning and there's a new competition. At first, we used to play only World Cup and maybe the Euros. Now there's Nations League, there's a friendly match. Then the clubs have their own, where clubs play in extra tournaments before the season starts. Then in the middle of the season, they have extra tournaments. And now they are playing these tournaments everywhere. So it can be the Spanish La Liga, but they are playing the Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. And you're just like, these players are still the same human beings. You know, the fact that money has increased in the game doesn't mean that human beings have become more supernatural. They're still human beings with only 24 hours in the day. So ultimately, tournaments are getting more, and yes, the money is getting more, but you have to start looking out for player welfare. And truth of the matter is, even if you say you want to now start expanding teams, okay, teams can have 40 players for a tournament. People are just going to wait and see when they're watching a football tournament. Oh yeah, where's Rodri? Where's Kevin De Bruyne? Where's Erling Haaland? Because names are names. So ultimately, it's going to be tough for FIFA to defend this one. But yeah, I think they have a part to the tournaments are too much. The workload on players is getting a little too much, which is why there've been so much injuries in recent years. So they have to find a way around it because it's too much. Yeah, I expected this thing to come and it's coming. So let's wait to see how the outcome will be, how the fallout will be. All right. On that note, we are out of time. Can we take one or two messages? Can we just squeeze
Yes,
in? Yeah.
we can. Israel said, this is my favorite part where Tega is in the building analyzing sports with so much love. I love you, Tega. Tega just got a marriage proposal from Israel. He loves
Oh,
her.
Israel, thank you.
All right, Israel, come and contact me for the bride price. Tayo says, all this flag bearer and placeholder, it's giving electioneering and political campaign. I wish the whole team well. Spain will know why they call it the Rock of Gibraltar. Rodri, wild best ambition in the mud. Also, which one? We love Pepper. Everyone is getting reported and punished except Osimhen, who is his dealer. Ghana have unknown athletes perpetrating illegality. What type of ridicule are African countries subject to? Pep built his
My
midfield
darling.
on KDB and has no replacement. He shouldn't block his pension. Anyways, De Bruyne negotiates for himself for Barcelona. Football is art, not science for them. Flick should be guarded. AY from Oniru says these players should start conducting themselves better whenever they're celebrating title championship victories with their national teams. For Hans Flick, I believe he'll do well at FC Barcelona. I see him winning trophies already. Adenike says, Tega, De Bruyne is Guardiola's talisman. Charles Chidozie says, I wonder what would have been if FIFA had no rules on mixing sports and politics. Sadly, it's the footballers themselves who are breaking those rules. How can stray bullets be touching teams that didn't participate in the tournament? First, it was Argentina chanting France and Copa America. Now it's Spain chanting Gibraltar. I'm just tired of these guys. Cruz says, oh yeah, let's start locker room protests in favor of De Bruyne. Hashtag let's KD end more now. Hashtag free KD now.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean is his talisman? Talisman is in money. Can you take talisman to buy yam in the market?
All right, Mohammed says, Tega, that's apple and oranges. The example you gave is not based on politics but ethnic profiling. That every ethnicity does it. Gibraltar is to Spain what Falklands is to Argentina. These two islands, located close to Spain and Argentina, stolen by the British colonial empire against the wishes of the real owners of the island. Maradona and Argentina did same thing in
Musa, they are
2014
not
World Cup.
Spanish. Oh, they are not Spanish. It's like
Well,
what somebody said. Somebody said because that if I'm not Yoruba, Igbo, that since I'm not Yoruba or Hausa, I must be Igbo. I'm Urobo. You can't just put me under any tribe you want so that you feel better about your small brain. I can't help you.
All
If you
right,
think that
finally.
Urobo is Igbo. So
Larry from the abroad says, arguably, the blackest people on our continent decided to jack back to a Scandinavian country of blondes and blue eyes. They will so stick out like Obama in the list of ex-US presidents. I will be rounded up very soon. Norway is cuckoo small. Most of the population around Oslo, unless they want to go and start their own race of black Vikings. You know what? There's this Viking series I'm watching on Netflix. There actually is a black Viking. And
you see, let me tell
Scandinavia
you,
has people from everywhere, really.
yes, black people have been everywhere since time immemorial. I don't know why we think that
Yes,
they're everywhere.
there are black Japanese samurais from
I don't know,
decades and centuries
endure
before.
from decades and centuries before. I don't see it is when they start drawing lines on all these border. You know, when people
Mm,
used to move freely, it was different. When they started drawing lines, is when problems started. All
right.
right. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for listening to the locker room. Thank you for sending in your messages. Thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 again to listen to the locker room till I come your way again on Friday, and hopefully Nigeria would have beaten Brazil by then.
Amen
So I
to
can
that.
brag very well. It's bye from me.
All right, that's it for the locker room. Brought to you by Visa. Stay with us. More to come on Smooth Breakfast.